So enter your attendance, the chat box, those who are joined now.
ओपन कर को ऑन करना या
Are you able to see my screen very clearly and visibly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all the slides.
Yes,
yes
sir.
sir.
Okay, fine. Okay. Continue with the session 3 today. Okay. So yesterday I was talking about the preliminary considerations for mobile application development. Okay. So what are the different mobile platforms? What are the mobile myths? Okay. So why do we require mobile applications or apps? Okay. How it is different from mobile website. Okay, what are the advantages that you see with respect to development of mobile applications, and a brief information about what is an Android and what is the latest Android operating system that we are having right now. Okay, so with this informations I will proceed to the contents of the next contents of the module. Okay, so today we'll discuss about the importance of mobile strategy. Okay, so the first point is reaching to a large customer base. See, why do we have a mobile application? Okay, so it is very easy for the companies or organizations or corporations to reach the customer base at a very faster rate. See, if they are using a mobile website or if they are using a manual application form kind of a thing, it takes lot of time to seek the relevant information from various customers. Okay, and do the collation of all those informations, and it takes a lot of time to come to a common conclusions about a customer behavior. So if I want to reach to a masses, okay, where suppose I'm having some product or service and I want to see that I will give lot of publicity about my services or my product or my products to a customer, so that at least if I'm sending to say some 1,000 or 2,000 customers, at least some 100 people or 100 customers can come forward to avail my services or product. So the mobile platform is one such thing which provides the quick or instant facility for collating the customer information. That is the one of the first strategy. The second is a service notification to potential customers. See, all the customers who are into organizations, so they cannot be a potential customers. The customers who gives more business to that specific organization can be called as a potential customer. Now, say there are around say 500 customers, or say around 1 lakh customers to Amazon or Flipkart or any other e-commerce portals. Out of say 1 lakh or 2 lakh, maybe 30,000 or 40,000 users are very active in procuring certain products from the Amazon or Flipkart or any other e-commerce models. So that means they are very frequent buyers for certain category of products in the Amazon or Flipkart website. So it becomes very important for the organization like Amazon or Flipkart to keep their potential, validity very high of their respective customers. So what I mean to say here is, so it is always feasible, and they see a positive attitude in retaining the potential customers. That means if customers have brought say product 1, product 2, product 3 very often at different intervals of time, so it becomes necessary for the organization to send the updates to those customers, okay, which will be in fact very difficult to do it in a mobile website. I mean to say in the mobile website. So a quick information, see, you can see nowadays in mobiles, you are getting lot of ads, you are getting lot of discounts and other things. That means within no time it is possible to reach potential customers. That is the second strategy. So it is an very important step for an organization to retain a potential customers. If they do not retain a potential customers, so there are every possibilities that they may shift from the existing organization to some other organization. So for example, I always buy from Amazon, but if I'm not getting the updates about the products which I'm buying, probably I might not be interested to buy any product future in the Amazon. I may shift to the Flipkart. Then the organization, say Amazon, will lose one customer, one potential customer. So in order to keep the business growing, okay, and from the sustainability perspective, okay, it is very much essential to retain the potential customers, to give very frequent updates as and when required to the potential customers. Next, strategies, content information and processing at one place. That means whatever the information that needs to be processed among the various stakeholders. See, if you are taking an scenario of an e-commerce portal like Amazon, the stakeholders will be product developers. Okay, then there will be third-party vendors. Then there will be end users. So all these users are called as stakeholders for the e-commerce portal, because it is like a B2B model, business to business model. Amazon is also organization, and a third party vendor is also organization. So business has to happen at both the place. Their business will happen provided only when we buy certain products or services from the Amazon website. So there should be a loyalty, honesty, integrity between all these stakeholders. It so happens that many times I will book the one of the product in the Amazon website, and that will be visible. That services will be given by the various retailers. Okay, say I'm buying a mobile, say iPhone 7. Okay, then there are a lot many retailers are available. Okay, so if they want to sell their products, or if they want to grow their business, they should give some kind of a discounts, okay, or some kind of the information processing has to happen between Amazon and a third party vendor. So it becomes a responsibility of Amazon to send whenever there are updates that happens at the third party vendor, so that they can take that updates and send the information to the potential users. So all this informations and processing of all this and disseminating the informations about various products, okay, will be processed at one place. So most of you would have booked a lot of the products at the Amazon or Flipkart. Okay, so when you order the product, the information will go to Amazon server and as well as a third party vendor server. Okay, when it is being processed, information will also go to Amazon as well as the third party server. And also we will receive the information that you have ordered it, and it is packed and it is about to dispatch. all this information processing happens simultaneously at all these three places. So, and this can happen at a server side. Okay, so mobile can provide this kind of a platform to all the relevant stakeholders. Okay, so the next strategy is a global marketability. So what do you mean by global marketability? So now everybody are doing a business online. Okay, so if they want their customers to be available across the globe, the only possibility is either have a mobile website or you will have a mobile applications. So through this mobile applications, it is very possible to reach more number of customers and do their marketing across the globe through this social networking. Okay, because for social networking, if you are looking for say like Facebook, LinkedIn, or WeChat or WeFlat, so there are a lot many social networking apps will be available. So these third-party vendors and the organizations like Amazon or Flipkart, so they will have a tie-up with this kind of a social analysis network providers where they can do some kind of an advertising to carry out the marketing process. So in this way, sitting at one place, it is possible to reach the customers worldwide. That is all about global marketability. So ease of doing business. So because of the mobile features, so it is possible to do any business at any point of time. Any kind of notification can be sent within a quick manner. Nowadays, before you actually buy the product, most of the applications also have chatbots where they have integrated business intelligence. So by the kind of responses the customers give, in fact, they can do a predictive analytics on the customer's behavior and correspondingly give the responses in the e-commerce portal. Thereby, the organizations like Amazon or say Flipkart or any such e-commerce portals will understand what are the customer needs, and accordingly, so they will modify the way that they wanted to satisfy the customer needs. So these are the five very important mobile strategies that is being used. Okay, so this is what it is. Okay, so any questions to ask? Any questions? Maybe can you just tell me one or two mobile strategy which you think it is correct, because you have been using a mobile for quite long time, and what strategy that you see in using the mobiles?
Beta user, sir.
Huh?
We get beta updates every week if we sign up for it. In that we can review the new features that will be coming in the near future. That's
Okay. Good. And one more thing, see, you will be getting a lot of reviews and feature updates and everything. So is there a mechanism to understand whether the informations or features or reviews that you are going to get is really true or false? How do you check for genuinity of the reviews for the products in the shopping portal? Anybody can just throw light on this?
So we check the seller ratings, rating and reviews. So based on that, if the seller has good ratings and reviews, so the customer will buy the products from that seller. Will be different sellers. So the top rated seller will be selling the genuine products based on the ratings and reviews.
Okay, but how do you check the authenticity of the seller ratings?
Will be given by the customers, sir. Frequent buying customers.
See, especially in the social networking platform, so what happens is, maybe I might have some 500 customers. I launch a new product and I ask some 100 customers who are very potential to give a good rating. Okay, so what they will do, irrespective of whether they have used it or not, okay, though they give some kind of reviews, and if we try to purchase a product based on reviews, it is not, you know, the 100% genuineness in it, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this will open a new question, what is the algorithm that you can think about in identifying whether the reviews are genuine or not genuine? Because you don't know who are the other customers who bought it. So whatever they think, whether we don't know whether they bought it or not, they would have simply written a review. It is very good. You can purchase. And somebody who had a very bad experience earlier with Flipkart or Amazon, they may write bad remarks on it only for that product. Okay, so in that way, you can just think about a project about how we can you know, design an algorithm or come out with a mechanism to identify whether it's a fake or a genuine reviews. This is also applicable to advertisements. So in your mobiles, you are getting lot of you know, the advertisements from different organizations. Okay, and whether you don't know it is, you know, it is true or it is false. So you can think about a project where some kind of analysis can be done on the social networking platform by collecting the tweets from the different sources or reviews in the portals. Okay, so some kind of natural language processing or sentimental analysis can be done so that you can just try to predict something. Okay, so this is just out of the box, you know, the question. You can just think about it anyway, since you are doing a project, so you can just think about it. Okay, next thing is the effective use of a screen real estate. Okay, literally real estate does not mean it's like something related to, you know, the lands. Okay, so it is basically deals with the interfaces of the mobile devices. So how the interfaces can be made more effective to different category of users. Yeah, category of users means maybe it can be a normal user who just sees your products or services or some messages, or it can be a potential users, or it can be a person from other domains who just wanted to understand what is it you are doing it, or it can be a community who will be interested to know more about certain features of your apps. But all said and done, whenever you just try to create an interface on the mobile devices, you should know what is the context. Okay, from which context you are devising an interface. Say simply whatever I want, I cannot just put it on the screen. Okay, so I should have a specific context. Suppose if I am developing a mobile application where I want to make the status of a diabetic you know, patients. Okay, so every time I want to check their BP level. Okay, what are the symptoms that they are undergoing? Okay, so what kind of you know, the medicines that they are taking it. So if that is the context, then you have to talk to the people in the healthcare community, how people are responding to, you know, the different kinds of you know, the medicines, or what are symptoms that they're having it. Okay, how they are checking their BPs, how BP levels keeps on changing at different levels. So before food, after food. Okay, so how many diabetic patients are there in a specific region? Okay, or in a specific place, or in a specific you know, country. Okay, what are the reasons for getting this diabetics? Okay, is it only a age factor, or is it only a hereditary? Okay, so you should think about a context in which you are developing an application. So in this context, okay, you should know who are the users. who will be using if I'm developing an application, what they are going to do with the interface application that I have developed it, and why they have to use my application when already a similar kind of applications are available, or am I giving anything novelty in my in my mobile screens. Okay, how they are going to access my screen, how frequently they are going to access my screen. Okay, how my features in my mobile solutions are different from the existing apps. Okay, how they are going to access, how this information is going to be disseminated to other community people. Okay, and how it can be used as a data and as an information to do some kind of a data analysis. Okay, so all these features will be taught when you are thinking about putting an interface. Interface, I mean to say here is user interface on the mobile device. Okay, see, I do agree that mobile design is very difficult to do it, because the interface that you see in different devices or different models of Samsung and iPhone and Windows phone, okay, it is totally different. Some of some of them may like the interface, some of them might not like. Okay, it all depends upon the perception. Okay, how people are effectively using and what are their needs. So accordingly there should be a customization. Okay, so from that perspective, okay, so the screen has to be elegantly displayed. Okay, and more attention, more focus has to be given when this interface is being seen as being viewed by senior people, or by young generation, or maybe middle-aged people, or the corporates, or business people, or college going students, or maybe parents. So when they are viewing this screen, how effectively and what information they can see, and how easy for them to use this interface. So this talks about effective use of screen real estate. And this effective use of screen real estate is guided by three entities. One is embrace minimalism, second is use of visual hierarchy, and the third is focus. Let us see one by one. Embrace minimalism. Okay, what do you mean by embracing minimalism? So we know for anything in this world, information is very, very huge. Availability of information is very huge. Okay, earlier days there was no much information, but nowadays there are a lot of information and each and every concept that you take. But the challenge here is what information to take, how much to take, and how much needs to be processed, and how much needs to be projected. So it is not possible to put all the contents in one screen of, say, a screen size say 6.0 or 5.0. So that is not possible to do it. Say simple example is, so I may ask you to put your resume, okay, in one screen. Okay, so when I just open it, I must be able to see your entire screen. So I want all your residential details, your achievements, your education credentials, your complete project information, okay, and your the references, okay, and what projects you have done it, okay, what are the different certifications that you have done it, with all images and everything. So contents are very good, but you cannot accommodate all these contents in one screen. So that is not at all possible to do it. But it is left to the mobile application developer to understand what information needs to be put on a single, say, 6-point-inch or 5-point, whatever the screen. So it is required to limit the features available on each screen and use small targeted design features. Okay, so that means say even if you take any mobile, so when you open just home screen, you can say some WhatsApp will be there, some phone, contact, messages, internet, camera, and other things. Only few icons will be there. So when you just swipe to the next screen, so you will have a lot of other information. Again, if you swipe it, you can see some other informations. So it is not possible to put the entire screen, entire contents in one web page. So it is left to the mobile application developer to understand what features, what icons needs to be put on a specific screen. So the features should be made available within the given screen size. Okay, so that makes the application designer to put the relevant banners, relevant graphics, and the contents on the screen for the secondary usage. Okay, so in this way, you have to decide what are the features that can be put in the required screen size. So if you put more number of the icons in the first screen itself, then it looks more cluttered and it is not very user friendly also, because there will be very less gap between the icons on the screen. So you have to minimize the number of features or icons on the mobile screen. So that is what is embrace minimalism. Okay, so next is a use of a visual hierarchy. Okay, so what is the use of visual hierarchy? So any informations that you are going to put on the mobile device should have a clear information hierarchy. So what is the meaning of this? So that means when there is an information which is being put on the screen, there should be hierarchy. Say for example, if you go to a contacts in the mobile phone, okay, what happens, you can see the names of the your friends or colleagues or relatives. So when I just try to click on that, okay, then after clicking on that, you are going to get a call option, message option, or a video call. But if I want to know the more details, so again I have to click on details, okay, where I will be getting his mobile number or his other details. Okay, like how many times it has been called, what messages has been sent, what time it has been sent. Okay, so all these informations will be available in a hierarchical fashion. So drawing attention to the most important content with a visual emphasis is very, very important in designing the applications. So normally what happens, the user will try to draw larger items, more intense colors and elements, okay, which they look, it is very fancy. So for example, when you are just trying to open some application and there will be an image or a flashy image where it will be showing that by just clicking on that, okay, you can recharge for say 500 rupees and there will be unlimited calls for a year. So for anybody, that kind of information looks very fancy, but there will be some hidden information which you will not be aware of. Whatever that is there at the back end, it will not be visible. Okay, so similarly, if you are going for a calculator kind of an applications, there will be a normal calculators, there will be a scientific calculators. Okay, so like this it will be. Even if you are going to a messages, once you click on messages, so you are going to get the name of the the person, okay, and the message. You cannot read a full message. Okay, so you cannot put a wordings of say 50 or 100 in a short messaging screen. Okay, you have to limit what you want to say. I think that's why the people use short forms for all kinds of wordings in the messages. So you have to limit about it, and only when you click on this message icon, then you will come to know what is the message contents all about within the the block or a square box, and at what time they have sent, what is the date, and all those things will be applicable only after you click on that. That means there is an hierarchy. It is not possible to see at a time entire thing and everything. So you have to go to a different icons and in a hierarchical fashion. Okay, so that is what is all about the visual hierarchy. Next is a focus. Okay, now what is focus means here? Okay, so the focus means here is a strategy. Okay, that means when a senior person is using the a mobile for developing for booking or booking the orders in an Amazon, how effective how effectively it should be. Okay, so there's, whether is there any navigation kind of things available in that, how easy the navigations are. Okay, and normally senior people don't like to have, or most of them in fact, they don't want to have a dark theme and heavy text, only for say some light information. Okay, so they can use the mobile devices. That means the informations that you are going to put it in the mobile screen. Okay, so it should be very very minimal. They should not have heavy text. Okay, and the dark themes, so it doesn't give a good look and feel for the mobile users. So this is all about a focus. Okay, and when you want to say that the application gets loaded into a mobile devices very fastly, so what matters? Okay, so what is that is a good indicator to show that that application will get loaded into a device very fastly. Okay, so whether it's whether is it a contents, or whether it is a file size, or whether it is a color background, or say background color, or maybe it is advertisements, or maybe some of the things. Okay, so the conventions, the most of the mobile users say that a smaller file size is a very good indicator of how fast an application will load. So that will give you a very good feedback and review about the user experience. See, focus content, when you are targeting a specific content, it should not take more time to load on it. If there are more, if number of screens or number of links is more per screen, then the user will be frustrated to use that. He cannot complete a complete, the cycle. See, you are seen in what in Amazon. After booking it, there will be some kind of tabs which are available. Book the order, confirm the order, then place the order. So it's quite simple. Okay, so if there are heavy text pages, then the user will not feel very comfortable to use it. He will get frustrated. And the text heavy pages reduces engagement as eyes glaze over and users switch to another applications. So that means what? If there are users, if they are not able to focus, because all of us know when we are using mobiles, we give a complete focus on it. Okay, we don't see in some other place and we do it. That's not possible. Okay, so how do we make a user to have 100% focus? Okay, so when he or she is using the contents on that, so it is not feasible to have a heavy text message or the more graphics. Okay, more time or more images per screen is not advisable. Okay, so you have to be very very focused, and the application should be very very light. Okay, light in the sense it's not a WEIGHT. Okay, it is LIGHT. Okay, that means the application should be light. Okay, like you have seen, you have come across in Java, swings are lightweight components, and AWT are heavyweight components. So that means there is more transparency if you are putting the lightweight components. Okay, so I just go to this menti.com, okay, and menti.com and use the code 1183456. Okay, 1183456. So go to menti.com and use the code 1183456. So please answer this question.
Sir, repeat the code, sir.
You can see my screen 1183456. Just put it in a chat box. It's 21 are telling yes, 12 are telling no. Yeah, I would like to tell that, see, is it possible for you to send a complete project report in the mobile? If I send a complete project report to your mobile through WhatsApp, is it possible for you to see it? Do you like a heavy message, heavy text message? Always light is better than a dark theme. Okay, so most of the mobile users like a light theme rather than a dark theme. Okay, continuing further. Are you able to see my screen clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The next concept is understanding a mobile application users. Okay. So what does this mobile application users means? Okay. And see, every time when you stand in a queue for paying bills, or in restaurants waiting for the waiters to get the food, or standing in the queue at the bank to pay the checks or the deposits or whatever the transactions that you do. You keep on seeing mobiles, whether it is needed or not needed. So we are so much accustomed to the mobile application that without mobile we cannot even stay even for a second. Okay, so that is the the adaptability what we have with respect to the mobile devices. So we are so much accustomed. But there is a famous German psychologist by name Gesalt, where he says about what is the human intervention on a considerable influence on the mobile designs, describing how the human mind, the perceives and organizes a visual data. Okay, so according to him, every cognitive stimulus is perceived by users in its simplest form. I repeat, every cognitive stimulus is perceived by users in its simplest form. The meaning of this is, if I say a laptop, everybody can imagine in their own way what they have seen earlier, what they have, or what they want to have it in the laptop. The visual information will be totally different. And we cannot say the way you visualize is right or wrong, because every person understands everything in the way that he or she can understand. Okay, so if I speak to some people in Hindi, it will be more comfortable. If I speak in English, it will be more comfortable. If it's speak in Telugu or Kannada, it will be more comfortable. But whatever I say, whenever I speak in English, people just try to translate that in Kannada and understand its meaning to have a continuity and get the required information in which they are supposed to understand. So people try to do and think in the way that they feel it is very, very simple for them to understand and do the things. Okay, so one famous German psychologist has said this, and it is not possible to understand how a human mind perceives what he thinks is best from the other side. So, for example, if I say a green color, some of you might like, some of you might not like. If I say pink, some of them again they like, some of them might not like. But I cannot question somebody why you don't like pink or why you don't like pink. It's simply they don't like it. That's all. There is no rational or logical reason to say that why he or she does not like pink color. Okay, so in that way, what the human perceives and they feel that is correctness, it is correct. Okay, so in the same way, when you are designing a mobile application or a new mobile device where you can put a lot of hardware and software components, you have to think from various perspectives, and it is not possible to satisfy all the customers, all kinds of users. Okay, so by doing a market survey and doing some research gaps and its analysis, to some extent you can say, okay, this interface is good. If you look at the interfaces of the mobile devices of iPhone of various models, Samsung of various models, Windows of various models, or if you would have seen mobiles, HTC mobiles or BlackBerry mobiles, in all these things, the user interfaces are entirely different. Okay, so what I mean to say the interface here is, not about the clarity. Of course, clarity is also clarity, and the sharpness in the icons is also one of the factor. There are certain components, icons, which you place it on the top of your home screen, and in some of the devices, especially in iPhones, it will there from the down. That means you have to swipe from the bottom in some of the devices to look upon this the sound, Bluetooth, portrait, flight mode, mobile hotspot, say power saving, okay, locations, okay, and ultra date saving. So in different kinds of devices, these components are placed in different places, which they feel comfortable by taking the survey from various users. Okay, so this interface would have been designed. So basically, when you see a new phone, there are certain components which would be available, say icons available in the home screen. Again, you have to swipe it. It will be available in the next screen. Again, you have to swipe it. Another components will be there. Swiping from the right to left is one way. In some of the devices, it can be from top to bottom. Okay, in some of the devices, it might be a double, tapping. Okay, so different devices will have a different user interface scenarios. So with this setting, Gestalt has found out some key principles about the mobile application usage. So that is proximity, closure, continuity, figure and ground, and the similarity. Okay. First, we'll see what is this proximity. Okay, so this proximity is nothing but using a group of icons together, okay, and placing in a certain distance on the mobile devices. That means if you have an icon of phone and if you have an icon of say contact, what is that distance, comfortable distance between a phone icon and a contact icon, and of course a message icon? Assume there are only three icons in the home screen. And what happens during that time, if the finger is very, the density or size is very less, wherever you place, the user can use it. If a person is very fat, and if his finger is also fat, the size is comparatively fat, then when you try to touch phone, his finger might also touch contacts, or when he's touching contacts, his finger may also touch messages. That means when he's touching one icon, there is a possibility that he can touch another two icons also. So during that time, during this conflict, what happens? He might not be in a position to open any of these icons. Okay, so a proximity refers to leaving some considerable space between the icons on the mobile devices. Okay, and that's one thing. And second thing is, when you are placing any icons, say any graphics, okay, the corresponding text should be just adjacent to it. So what happens if you place a text under the below the graphics, or just besides the graphics, or above the graphics, or left to the graphics? Okay, so when you bought a new mobile device, so maybe some 4 or 5 icons will be there in the home screen. Maybe later you just try to add more number of icons on that. To what extent it is comfortable for you to place, and you have to decide how many number of such icons can be placed, so that there is a considerable amount of spaces between the icons. Okay, so that is about proximity. That means there should be a reasonable space between a graphical and the textual information of that specific icon. Okay, that's the thing. Next is what is closure? Closure is embedding informations within some rectangular boundaries. So if you look at the messages, okay, so some of the messages will be lengthy and some of the messages will be too short. So depending upon the the contents that you are going to write it in the message, so there should be enclosure. That enclosure should be something different from the outside screen. Okay, so when I look at the message, there should be focus on it that these messages are displayed only in a rectangular box. Okay, and if the same user has given sent a number of messages, there should be some kind of a focus and information display properly within that rectangular box. Similarly, if you are looking at a galleries, okay, so it will be in thumbnails to some extent. Okay, and all the images that you see should be equally spaced. Okay, so if there are say 40 pictures in your gallery, okay, all should be placed, all the images should be placed equally. Only when you just try to double tap on that image, so it should occupy the entire screen size. Okay, so that is about closure. So depending upon the contents of the messages, so appropriate boundary has to be given. Otherwise, what happens, the informations will go out of the boundary, and it will not give a good look and feel for that. Next is a continuity. The continuity, what happens, it follows the perceived object. So that means, see, to complete one cycle, say for example, you are booking some order on the Amazon. Okay, unless you get a confirmation, all the contents of that page should be clearly visible, and there should be continuity. Suppose if I clicking on next, okay, so it should go to next page. If I click on the back, it should go to the previous page. I mean to say previous screen page. Here I mean to say it is a screen. Okay, so when you are opening any application in the mobile device, okay, so when you are doing any kind of a transaction, so there should be a provision in the application where a person can go backward and a person can go forward. Okay, so that option should be there as a continuity, and the figure and the ground. Okay, so when you are just trying to type a letter on the in the what do you call that alphabet list where you can type your messages. Okay, so there should be a proper alignment of that textual informations, and it can be customizable. Okay, so what is the space that you have to leave between the characters and the wordings? So when I try to press enter, okay, or through the sense of my finger, so what is the spacing that it has to take between a first line and the second line in the message box? Okay, so that means there should be some kind of a controls that separates the characters, graphics, or any other kind of images separately between the text and the graphics very clearly. Okay, so when you are giving information in the mobile on the mobile devices, there should be a clear distinction between an image and the textual informations about it. Okay, so next is a similarity. Okay, so what do you mean by similarity? All the related icons, related information should be available at one place. So for example, you are in your mobile devices, you are going to settings. So if you are going to settings and say display, you will have something in a font and screen zoom, home screen, easy mode, frames, LED indicators, status bar, screen timeout, screensavers, etc. under the, and of course, the brightness component will also be there under display. So all these things has to be put under in one place. That is, there is a similarity in it. Similarly, if you are going to put for sounds and vibration mode, you will have sound mode, you will have vibrate while ringing, you have used volume cues for media, you have volume, you have ringtone, you have vibration pattern, you have notification sounds, you have this do not disturb, screen lock sounds. So like this, all the related components you are required to put it in one place. Okay. So that is all about this understanding of mobile application, the users. Please go to menti.com and type the same code. List any two principles of desired principle. Go to the meeting code and you can use the same code. So I told proximity, closure, okay, similarity, continuity, figures and ground are the principles of Gestalt. Okay, my last question. So just refresh, again go to menti.com and use the same code. Okay, so I got response only from 16, it's 18. Okay, so I think it's a time up. We'll wind up for today's class, and I will take the contents of the remaining contents of the module 1 in the next class. So thank you.